Hello and welcome to Whisky Resource. My name is Mark. This is review number 56 and today's dram was supplied by the Twitter handle Wardram or Dram of War, Whiskey and Warhammer. Go check him out. I'll put a link down in the description. It's the first Canadian whisky that I've had. It's the first Canadian whisky that I've reviewed for the channel. It's Crown Royal. It's 40% ABV. It is a blend of Canadian whiskies. Now, the manufacturer, Crown Royal, which actually comes in Seagram's, which is owned by Diageo, they say on the website that it is a blend of 50 Canadian whiskies. So that could be grain, it could be what we would class as a malt whisky, but they don't say. Bottle of 40% ABV. It is chill filtered. It has added colour. It has an average retail price of £24.95. It's widely available online. However, I've never really seen any physical retail stores, so it's not something that's ever really cropped up with something to buy, which is disappointing really, because there are some Canadian whiskies kicking around in retail, but they don't really jump off the shelves much. I think Pike Creek springs to mind that Asda sell. I think that's Canadian whisky. Anyway, it gets an average value score of 83.89, so just a shade below 84 on the value score. It was created and named to celebrate the royal visit to Canada in 1939. And that is really about it. They don't say much about the blend. From what I can find out, there is some degree of white oak aging going on here. I don't know if that is the vatting is in white oak, or that the 40 or 50 whiskies that go into it are being aged in white oak. Anyway, a Diageo owned whisky. So on the nose, it's coming across as an Irish whisky. It's coming across as buttery, creamy, vanilla and fruits. Bit citrus going on there maybe. It's not at all offensive. The alcohol's not really jumping out at me. If I was to nose that, I wouldn't have said that was a 40% whiskey, but there we have it, it is. It's not at all offensive. There's nothing really major on the nose that's saying that there's anything special about it. But on the palate, it's the same story. It's creamy, buttery, more buttery than cream, a bit of citrus, a bit of vanilla, a tiny bit of caramel, a tiny bit of oak, less oak than caramel, which offers a tiny bit of spice. The finish is a bit bitter and drying, but not at all long. It's quite a short finish, I find. It's not offensive. If somebody was to offer me a glass, I'd quite happily drink it. I wouldn't turn my nose at it, but I wouldn't buy it. It would have to be on a considerable offer to consider buying it, and only then it would be because it is an easy sitting, very accessible whisky that I think a lot of people would enjoy. But it's not memorable. There's nothing that's going to make that stand out as a whisky that I would go and grab. So as an overall score, I think I'm going to go with an 81. It's a little bit too watery. There's no oiliness to it. There's no development beyond those initial hits of flavour, which is a shame. But it's my first Canadian whisky and it's a small sample. Maybe in the future we'll review it, review it. But I'll stack with me 41. Me 81 as the values, as the overall score. So thank you very much to Dram of War at Dram of War on Twitter for sending me the sample. I've got a few more to review from you. Cheers.